control of this, you'll be in this cycle. And like, it's a lot of moving parts that affect it. But okay, I have this conversation with people where, and it's very triggering, but I talk about how we in a space with co-parenting, and this co-parenting term is getting so big because of the single parenting shit. We think that it's a good thing to raise children by ourselves. So we're having more and more babies outside of marriage or outside of some sort of commitment where we both take on this responsibility of family as one, right? So we're having babies in a space where one person is really the only person in the situation a lot of times that wanted the child. We're not being honest about the situation in which the kids were born, and then you lay that on top of the unmanaged emotions and the childhood trauma, and it's just disaster. So what I mean is, and I say this often, women are the only beings that decide if someone's going to be born. It takes a man and a woman to make a baby, but a baby coming into this world is the sole choice of a female. So it's like these women and these family units that have multiple children, and it's just a female. When you see that you already Pope, you already not disciplined, like I'm gonna just keep it real. You know you Pope, you know you're not really disciplined, you know you come from a family that don't have generational wealth, you know you ain't planning no goals or got no big shit that you working on, and you keep making this choice. Let's go past the unprotected sex part to just keep birthing these children. Then you're birthing them from men that you are not putting any thought into choosing. It's just all about feeling and lust. It's a cycle that we're repeating that it will stress you the fuck out. And this is why I'm so big on stressing this point, because as women, we tearing ourselves up. While looking beautiful and all, building businesses in the home life, we tearing ourselves the fuck up, repeating the same shit like it makes sense. And then we think that we're teaching men some sort of lesson by saying like, oh, well, I'm gonna keep this baby and raise him by myself, and you gonna be on child support. You sending a check once a month, and me doing 99% of the rest of the work is not fucking even. Really, the person that's getting the lesson is me and the fucking kids that's gonna become a statistic or a product of a household with just me. You see what I'm saying? Most men, they moving on, getting new relationships, building businesses, fixing all the stuff that you chastise them about fixing and moving on with somebody else while you're dying inside in regards to relationships and family. Because we make it look good on the outside, but be going through it at home, just as a woman, feeling inadequate because like you don't want your family, or like you ain't, you know what I'm saying? And the shit starts with, you can't even get into the work on your self-esteem until you figure out how to manage your emotions.
Damn, that's real. Cause like a lot of times they'll have a kid to try to keep the dude.
Yes, and then when y'all don't stay, like when we had that baby, it's like, okay, I tell you I'm pregnant. And then you like, okay, but love, I ain't in no space where I can take care of a baby right now. Like I don't, in the end nutshell, you don't want it. And you offer to pay for the abortion. Me, coming from a single mother household, my mama in my ear telling me, you don't need him, keep your baby, I help you raise it. Now, one thing about our community, right, we'll say a lot of shit we gonna help with until it's time to do it. Like mama will help, but there's gonna be a certain point where she starts chastising me to take care of my own fucking child, right? At that moment when I'm getting less help, she ain't babysitting every time I wanna go out or do this, or hell, it could be school or anything, people are only gonna help to the extent in which their life allow. So grandma only gonna do so much. This makes me more bitter and bitter about the fact that you didn't stay, right? Then you move on. I had this baby with the sole purpose to try to keep you here. And my mama made me feel like if I keep it, I'll be all right because she gonna help me. It didn't make you stay. I'm watching you on the internet move on with another girl. You might be finna get married, you and your business. You ain't even gotta be wealthy or nothing, but you, let's say you got your CDLs, you working for a company, you on your consistent shit, you got a girlfriend, y'all posting this shit. I'm over here with the baby. Now I look good, but now my mama getting on me about not being able to do so much with my child. That make me madder at you. I'm watching y'all, now you can't get your son till I meet that girl. Now I'm putting you on child support. Now, it's all this bullshit. It's really bullshit, and it's coming from my feelings. Ain't nobody doing nothing to me. Like, this is the fucking aftermath of my choice of having a baby with somebody that didn't want a baby. We not in the fucking 1940s no more, where it was a time where women didn't have rights and men understood they have a duty to take care of the woman and the child. We in a day and age where women are out earning men at a big pace. So when these men that you fucking with are raised by single mothers and they seen nothing but they mama running a household with 4, 5 kids, if I call you, baby daddy, you need help, it's hard, like bitch you ain't doing nothing, in your mind, my mama did it with 4 of us and she was straight, you'll be all right. And then bitch I don't like your attitude anyway, you unpleasant, and I told you I ain't want no fucking baby, right? But you thought you was gonna make me. And then you telling yourself, watch this, we go in a space of I'm a victim. he doing this to me. My life looked like this, the issues I'm having with my mama, the kid, just being a kid, kidding, like parenting is going on, like this shit make me mad at you. You know what I mean? And we don't admit as women that I'm bitter. We'll never say we're a bitter baby mama. We be bitter as fuck. I be mad watching you, even for the dudes that are involved with the child still, after they told the female they ain't want them, to see you pull up and get your son or your daughter and don't give no fucks about me. I'm human, that hurts. Damn, he got in the car with the jet, pulled off, and ain't say shit to me.
Right.
I done came to the door with some little shorts on, he ain't even looking twice. You got jet and slid off, next thing you know, you on the internet with my son and your girlfriend, and y'all, ooh, I wanna kill your ass.
Ooh,
But we don't, you know, we ain't, this is stuff that, to be honest, where it's coming from, it's normal.
Yeah, no,
it's
for
not
sure.
that you abnormal for feeling like this.
Right.
It's that we need to have talks about this so we can get to the solutions on processing it and being better.
Because then you got these kids that grow up and they hate their daddies because mama been in the house telling them that their daddy ain't shit, or you hear mama arguing with daddy on the phone about, you know what I'm saying, about something. So you just grow up thinking this man ain't shit, but this man just been kind of forced into a circumstance.
And listen, every Father's Day, I make a live video talking about get both sides of the story. So if you was raised by a single mother, regardless of the outcome, in order to have your balanced view, you need your mama's perspective and your daddy's perspective. They get so mad on Father's Day when I talk about this, especially females, because the thing is, as independent single mothers, we're controlling as fuck. And so if it's something you want to know about your dad, I'll tell you. You know what I mean? Even if I'm not gonna say this, I'm gonna tell you. So on one of my lives, like last year, I proposed the question, go to your mama and just tell her, you know, that, hey, I wanna get my daddy's side of the story on a lot of stuff that I went through growing up, that we still going through. I wanna ask him some questions. So when I'm older and I'm outside of your house, I wanna have a conversation with him. Most mamas, independent-minded mothers, are gonna try to ask you what questions you wanna ask your daddy, and then they're gonna proceed to try to give you the answers in an effort to get you to not talk to him. Because there's a dynamic to where a lot of that shit that your mama was feeding you, it wasn't fact, it was feelings. It was her experience with him that had nothing to do with you, and it X'd out any of his viewpoint, which from the female space, they feel like it don't matter, but it's so relevant because a lot of boys repeat the cycles of their fathers, and without wanting to, they repeat it because they didn't go get educated on what the fuck was going on so I can make better choices than what my dad did. And we shelter in our community from that. Like you probably don't even know no grown men that was raised by a single mother that was able to have that talk with their father and ask them real quick. It's not a lot of them.
Nah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely not. I got a newfound relationship with my pops like maybe about 7 years,